In Numbers chapter 15, verse 38, the Most High gives us some instructions. Well, he gave us these instructions a long time ago. But we descend from the people who he gave the instructions to. And I'm going to read from the King James. This is the Cambridge edition. But it reads, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue." And the American King James Version reads, "Speak to the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put on the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue." Numbers 15:38. And that is what I do with my clothes. So I put this little video together because it was requested that I record it, or some of it, when I put my fringes on my clothes. So I sewed some fringes onto a top, and you'll get a chance to see how it looks. I also added some other pictures. There are a few pictures that I found online of some garments that are for males. And so, the brothers, you guys will get a chance to see too how the fringes look. And they actually look exactly the same, the way I sewed it on mine. So you guys get a chance to see it now. Okay, this is the top that I'm going to be using to sew my fringes onto. And I got this at the thrift store yesterday. Before I show you the fringes and everything, I said I was going to share a really interesting story about this top. When I went to the thrift store, I was just looking for something simple, and I had actually found a top. And my daughter was looking for, she was looking for a top too. And for some strange reason, I kept looking for one. I remember thinking to myself, I already have a top. Why am I still looking for one? And then I saw this one. So I bought it. I looked at the price. And, it didn't really cost that much. So I got it. When I got home, I had to use some little tools to take the staples out of this tag. Because these are the kind of tags they put on there. And as you can see, you can't see the label the way they have them on there. And I didn't even notice the label. So this is, when I took it off, this is what the label says. I'm not going to see that. But it says prophecy. And then right below that in little letters, it says dress. And then under that, it says 10. It's size 10. I don't wear size 10. I wear like 5 sizes smaller than that. But I got this because it looked loose. But when I took the label off, the tag, and I saw this, I could not, I was like, what? And I showed it to my daughter. She was like, are you kidding? So I just wanted you guys to see this thing here. So without any further ado, Abia asked me to record this. So these are the fringes. This top is 100% polyester, and so are the fringes. As you can see, these are the fringes. And according to the scriptures, the instructions, the Most High said throughout all of our generations, we are supposed to sew these fringes on the hems of our borders. And so what I do is I sew them on right there at the bottom like that, all the way around. And this is just the beginning, guys. You wait until the Most High restores us to our full glory. Oh, wow. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And when I'm done with this, I will show this. I'll let you guys see it. Okay, this is how the top looks after I have sewn the fringes on. So they're sewn on now, and now I'm going to sew on the ribbon of blue. And this is how the finished top looks. That's the hem, and that is the ribbon of blue that's sewn onto the fringe. Now some might say that you can also just basically tie some cords onto the corners, but that's not really what the instructions say in the scriptures. I'm going to show you a picture. There's a verse in there where the Most High talks about us, our people. And he talks about the healing in our wings. Well, he's talking about our fringes. I'm going to show you some wings. So these are angel wings. This is an artist depiction of some angel wings. And they basically look like, some bird wings, really. But take a look at the feather detail. And if you've ever seen the wingspan of an eagle, it looks basically the same thing when you spread them out. And so if you're just hanging a cord in four little corners, you're not going to get that look. It's not going to look like that at all. It would actually look like this. This is from a museum. These are some carvings, and it's supposed to be the Assyrian record of, basically our ancestors when they were taken into captivity by the Assyrians. The Assyrian guard is in the back and the rear, and the 3 Israelite men are in front, and they are being taken into captivity. If you notice their garments, if they were to stand facing you and if they were to open up both of their arms, it would look like they have a wingspan simply because of the way their fringes are sewn onto the borders of their garments. And this is what the Most High is talking about. You can also see the ribboned detail at the very top of the fringes. And this is how our ancestors dressed. This is what identified them. And this, you don't see any little strings hanging down anywhere. One string at one corner, one string at the other, 4 little, little strings. The entire border of the garment, circular, is bordered with a fringe. In the King James, in Numbers, if you cross-reference the word fringe, it means skirt. And the word skirt means circular, to go around, all the way around. So that's why I know this is what the Most High was saying. And here's another picture. This is I think it's here. Let's see. I think it's Assyrian. Yes, this is Assyrian as well. This is a carving of. This is King Yehu, and he's bowing to Salmanassar of Assyria. Notice his garments. Notice the border of his garment. The fringe. I must be hungry. The fringe near his feet. And you can see those fringes there. Those are 2 Israelite men behind him. And their garments are bordered with a fringe. And again, if they opened them up, they would look like wings, a wingspan. But that's a depiction of King Yehu. And you can see his fringes at the base of his garment. This is the picture that this is another picture I found online. This is not my garment. This is one that a brother made for himself. This is his t-shirt, and he bought some fringes and the blue border, and he sewed them on. So this is a male's garment. This is a t-shirt, and that's the one I said I would show. And here's another one. This is another picture that I found online. I think the site is HebrewCulture.org or HebrewIsraeliteCulture.org. It's one of those. I think that's where I got it. But this is a man's garment, and you can see the border, and you can see the ribbon of blue there. Now, if you look at that border there, what you'll probably realize is that it looks exactly like the garment. And there is a method of doing your fringes where you don't have to go out and buy, fringe material every time you want to, put some fringes on your garment, because that can get really expensive. Fringes, I go to Joann's, and that's where I get mine from. And they typically charge for the fringe that I use on my top. They charge, I think, like $7.49 per yard. So It was like with tax, what, like $17. Because I got some for me and I got some for my daughter. But a more economical way is to use these. And you can just basically, cut the border of your garment, into fringes. And then you can just sew your ribbon of blue right on top of those fringes. And that way you won't have to go and buy fringes every time you want to, sew some onto your garment or make some. Of course, if you're going for, a certain style, they sell all kinds of fringes. I was at Joann's the other day, um, and they have beaded fringes. Those are expensive though. I was actually looking for some beaded fringes. I was thinking of getting some for my daughter, and they wanted like 30 some bucks for a yard. I'm like, are you crazy? So, needless to say, those beaded fringes are still at Joann's. Um, but one word of caution though about the fringes, I noticed when I was there the other day, some of their fringes are mixed fabrics. Like there were some that were like polyester, silk, and some other words I never heard of. And they were like all mixed together. So when you get your fringes, just make sure that they're not mixed, because the Most High doesn't want us to blend fabrics that are different. And that's basically it.